Man, is the Eagles edge rusher looking really good now, training with the All-Pro, which is absolutely fantastic. We have news on Andrew Makuba, Jahad Campbell, news from Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and a lot more. So let's get straight into it all.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope everyone's doing good during the week because, we got Eagles camp next week. We're almost there. We're almost to that point. There's a lot to discuss here. We know the story with Nolan Smith. The first thing we're going to talk about here, because 23 was a dead year with really bad coaching. 24, Vic Fangio comes in, and from middle to the end of last year, Nolan Smith really turned up and is becoming a promising first-round pick for us. This past offseason, he has been working his tail off on his craft, adding more tools to his toolbox, and he has been working with the all-pro Max Crosby. Now, he has been working with pass rush specialist Brandon Jordan in this little training camp thing that he has been doing, which is great. And just to see Nolan Smith, I saw a spin move from Nolan Smith. He's really trying to add more moves to what he could do on the edge. And another year under Vic Fangio, and let me tell you, Nolan Smith can have double-digit sacks. His work ethic has really been off the charts this past offseason, and, kind of living up to what we expected him to be. Realistically, this is really a second year for Nolan Smith under really good coaching behind him where, Vic Fangio knows where to put him, knows where to utilize him, and doesn't set him up for failure. I'm just so happy that we're getting so much out of him at this point. And I know that Nolan Smith doesn't, cheat the offseason, and he's always going to put in that work that he always does. And it looks like it's really showing, and hopefully it pays off for the 2025 season. From sacks to getting pressures to being disruptive. It's almost scary in a way to you're like, we're really depending on Nolan Smith. It's almost like we're really depending on Jalix Hunt as well, even though he started so late in the year because he was hurt in the offseason program, and then he really didn't get into the rotation until late in the season. So you're really depending on those two guys to really shine before anybody else on that edge position. And I'm so excited for Nolan Smith. I can't wait until he hits the field and to see how these guys really look after the off seasons that they've had. Working out with Max Crosby, he's the second highest paid player in the league as of right now. And, Max Crosby, why not work out with him and try to learn stuff from a lot of these guys? And Nolan Smith is only going to get better going forward. Now, we have a lot to talk about with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. as of the linebacker core right now, because he had a lot to say going into this camp, going into his second year, what he learned from his rookie year, and a lot more. So this is what Jeremiah Trotter Jr. had to say. He says, I'm going into the season with an attitude that anything the team needs me to do, I'm ready to do it. I'm walking around at 225, 230 pounds, but I feel a lot stronger at the same weight that I was last year. I watch film every day this offseason, going over game film, learning the defense even more. Having a year in the system definitely helped. I know what Vic likes, the way Vic wants the defense to look like. I can just play this year. Considering the situation that we're in right now with injuries and younger players, I could be the guy who calls the defense. And all due respect to Nakobe and the way the NFL is run, if a guy goes down, someone needs to step up and perform. If I'm that guy, I have to be the best I can be to fill the role. I want more responsibility this year, and I'm ready for it. I have a year in the system and know how it looks. I know what I am doing and know where I need to be. Now, I agree with what Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is saying, okay? Look, he come in as a rookie last year, okay, with a lot of competition in front of you. Nakobe Dean started to play a lot better. He was actually healthy, so the Eagles really had to start him, okay? Then Zach Baun really turned into what he was supposed to be, which was great, which was out of nowhere for us. But we saw a lot of good things from Jeremiah Trotter Jr. when he would come into games that the Eagles had big leads and he would make plays, and he's been a pretty good special teamer as well. So the only issue I've really had with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is really wrapping guys up in the backfield. Sometimes Jeremiah Trotter Jr. would get in the backfield for a 3-4 yard loss and just can't wrap the guy and tackle him to the ground. It's really been the only thing. His tackling has been suspect a little bit, but it's nothing that he can't fix. Just remember when Nakobe Dean got hurt in the Green Bay playoff game, Vic Fangio was really choosing between Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Oren Burks to really start as the linebacker going forward in the playoffs. And I don't think it was any shade towards Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Oren Burks was just playing better. He didn't want to switch guys around too much or have somewhat of a competition during the playoffs, which they really don't have time for that. If someone is already playing well, they just keep them in there. And unfortunately, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. really didn't get his chance in the playoffs. Now that Nakobe Dean is going to be out, Jihad Campbell is not coming back till mid-August. Vic Fangio will give these other guys opportunities. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is going to have even a bigger opportunity now, so he's going to get a lot of work. And God forbid you have injuries down the road with some starters, they can plug in these other guys. He knows he can call the defense. He knows he's playing better under a DC that now is here into his second year with this defense, which is great because only these players are going to get better under the same defensive coordinator. We got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. We have Small Munden, the linebacker from Georgia. We have Ben Van Sermon that's going to probably be playing some fullback, but we'll still be practicing with the linebackers during training camp. So it's wide open for Vic Fangio now to see what he has behind Zach Bond, behind, obviously Jihad Campbell has to come back at a certain point, and Nakobe Dean, we're just going to kind of erase him from our minds because we need to see what these other guys could do. And when Nakobe Dean comes back, we'll try to figure it out, whatever happens with that situation. But I think good things are coming from Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and I'm very excited to see him in training camp. Now, we saw some video the other day, a couple of days ago, of Jihad Campbell and our second-round pick in Andrew Makuba working out together, okay, doing some workouts together, which is great. But I think the main thing to talk about right here is Andrew Makuba, because Andrew Makuba has not signed his deal yet. Still hasn't signed. But we did see some other news. Now, this is important for Andrew Makuba because there's like 26, 27, maybe even 28 second-round picks that haven't even been signed yet from NFL franchises so far. And now the domino effect is starting to fall where Alfred Collins, the 49ers second-round pick, just got paid a 4-year, $10.3 million deal, $9 million guaranteed. So Makuba has been holding out probably for more guaranteed money. And obviously the Eagles have to get this done. I'm hoping they get this done within the next few days to this week. I mean, there's only like a week left. So unless he's going to miss practice, I mean, the contract has to be signed before he hits training camp. There's no doubt about it. So that's really been the biggest issue with all these second-round picks around the league and why they're not signing their deals. A lot of these guys, I think, as a whole, are kind of holding out to get more guaranteed money. Get him paid as fast as possible because this is the player that's coming in for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson right now, and he's very well needed. Okay, so that's where we're at with the safety position and why Makuba has not signed this deal yet, and hopefully praying we don't have any more holdout issues moving forward, and we'll see what happens. Now, we saw that Joshua Uche, the new edge rusher in Philadelphia, did switch his number. I don't know what his original number was, but it looks like he's taken 0. That was the number held by Bryce Huff, and I thought Jihad Campbell was going to have this number, but I guess that's not going to happen either. Looks like Joshua Uche is getting 0. Hopefully this number is not cursed now since Bryce Huff didn't do nothing with it, and that's the update for at least one of the numbers so far on the jerseys. Well, I thought this signing would have took a little bit longer, but it looks like the Washington Commanders have signed veteran edge rusher Von Miller. Okay, we talked about him a million times. We just did a video on him a few days ago regarding, Von Miller at 36 years old is looking for a team that's, is going to compete for a championship. You got Deron Payne in the middle. You got Armstrong on the edge. So, I mean, I think this is well needed, but I think Von Miller at 36 years old wanted as many snaps as possible. So with the Eagles, I want him as a deep rotation type guy. And Washington's kind of taking him in as a pure starter with getting a lot of reps. Can he last at 36 years old? I really don't get what Washington is doing. I mean, their roster is the second or maybe the oldest roster in the league this year. The Eagles are the second youngest roster in the league this year. If you look at the Washington Commanders roster, their average in age is like 28 years old to over 30 years old. I mean, you look at this list, man, it is a lot of old players or somewhat in their prime. I don't know what the Commanders have done the last couple off seasons when it comes to their cap space and what they spent money on, are really getting big pieces for Jaden Daniels, and they're already dealing with the Terry McLaurin issues with his contract so far. Over like between $60 to $90 million in cap space the last couple off seasons, all that money, and they really haven't made any committing big sacrifice moves like the Eagles have done. All they're doing is bringing back familiar faces that were with them last year, and they're bringing back veteran, 1-year deal, 1-year deal, 1-year deal. That's all they've been doing. What move from the Washington Commanders made me go like, whoa, they are here to contend? Yeah, that never even happened the last couple of off seasons with the amount of cap space that they had. So it's been very underwhelming watching them kind of sign guys. If you're not paying a quarterback big money right now, you should be making big moves to win championships. And since you don't feel like doing that, I don't know what direction they're going in, but it is what it is. That's how they run their franchise. That's how they do things. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. Make sure you like the video as well. It helps out tremendously. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Can't wait for training camp. Love you all. Peace out, guys. Peace.